Yo, what's going on? Let's do the review for today, the 15th of December. Came away with today with a slight profit, but didn't trade very well at all. I was distracted doing other things and made a few errors, but happy enough just to come away with like a quarter of an hour profit. It could have been worse. It could have also been better. So I'll try and talk you through it now. Let's start with the euro. The euro been absolute terrible for this market. If you look at this, this kind of price action is not what we want to see on the hour one. It's not great for breakouts. Any breakout is immediately kind of reversed, and they try the other way, and it's kind of called top and tailed, I guess is the right word for that. When you see these kind of like big ranges and then immediately pull back into like a smaller range, then it's really hard to find a breakout. And even the euro is even struggling to go and test the highs of the ranges. See, like these traps, this trap, and then this trap again. You can really get beaten up on these markets. Luckily, the 7 a.m. candle was before our trading hours, so I missed this one. Although it got me here, I was hoping it would at least test this high, but it just broke this high up here, and then reverted and went straight down to the stop. After a candle like this, I don't really want to enter a trade, especially if there's this support area around here. So I didn't take this short, although it's going to go down in the journal as a loss here. So this would have been 2 losses on euro, and you can see again, market's doing exactly the same thing. So not great price action for the euro. Try and avoid it until we see a continuation of this move, this break of 120. As we sit currently above 121, or we need to see a break of these kind of lows and maybe test 120. But at the moment, we're completely sideways, which is no bueno for trade and breakouts. Right, let's go to the pound. Cable. I took this short here, 8 o'clock in the morning. A stop was above these highs. Looking for a gap close. This was the gap on Sunday evening. Market open. They didn't close it, so I was hoping that they would close it today. In fact, but the bulls defended it well, and we had the signal to go long. So where my stop would have been. This because this went to half hour, and with a spike like this, I moved to break even. In fact, I risked a little bit more. I put my stop behind these kind of highs, these kind of lows. Sorry, and we lost a quarter of an hour here on GU, but then we managed to get it back here on this breakout, and it made target, which was these highs towards the end of the afternoon session. So that was a good one on GU. UY. Excuse me, I'm not sure why I didn't put the order on for this, but UY. This was a win. Entered here on a break of this and of big round number 104. Stop was placed here, and we got to target without too much fuss. Nice trade here on UY. You can see the difference on the euro chart, which I just showed, and the first chart I showed, and UY, which is these nice trending moves, pull back, and then another test of these lows. So a bit of a wider range, and the market's actually breaking out and going to test these the highs and lows, which is good for us. These type of markets are what we want to see. So another win there on UY. EY, similar to Euro. If you look at just the difference on the two charts, this is just absolute chop fest sideways, similar to the Euro, whereas UY was nice and some nice moves going here. So again, I didn't take this short because I didn't like that UY has come down 31 points already and it's completely sideways. So I'd rather just stay out. Although I did take this long, and you can see I got top ticked and stopped out here for a 1 hour loss. I was trying to test these highs, but it didn't work. And I thought after the shorts were trapped here, maybe we would get pushed longer. There'd be some stops above here, and we would where my stop would have been for the first trade, and we would have got a push up here, but it didn't happen. And then I avoided taking the short again. Similar reasons that the price action just doesn't look good to me, so I stayed out. Although, if you were shrewd, you would have got a scalp down to big round number 126, and you might have got half hour. But if you didn't take half hour, you would either got stopped out here or you'd still be in this trade. So for me, this is definitely two losses on EY, and I got one of them. So outperformed the system on this pair, although this price action doesn't look great at all. GY, I was in my short from yesterday here. I was hoping to go and test this. I was hoping that the market could close the gap. It kind of looked good in the morning at 8 o'clock. It looked like we were getting there. I ended up getting stopped out, so I tried the long above big round number 139, gave a little bit of extra buffer, and although we looked like it was going to get stopped on this candle, we had a nice outside bar, and I ended up just taking some profit at this high here. So a bit choppy, lots of Brexit comments, lots of unscheduled news or comments, and this market is also quite volatile. But at least there's some swings here. When you compare it to the euro, again, it's just completely different. So tomorrow I expect this maybe 140 to be tested, and maybe we continue higher to test the highs of last week. Sorry if I'm rushing through a little bit. I'm hoping to get out of the office soon. EA, nothing till about 11, 12 o'clock. I tried this short. I moved my stop to break even after we had a bounce off 161, which was unfortunately the wrong. Well, it was probably the right thing to do, but I gave it a little chance. We had some good support off this level. I moved my stop. The market puked it, and then went on to reach target. So I followed the rules, which is good. If I would have gave this one a little bit more to breathe, then I might have made my 1 hour, but wasn't to be. So EA, nothing to put in the journal apart from a break even. But again, if you look at these markets compared to what the euro has given us, you can see why we're getting chopped up in the euro, getting top and tailed. This is a lot more direction. Even here, it's a much better market to trade. So if I was gonna recommend somebody trading a euro pair, EA looks like the one at the moment, which is why you want some diversity in these systems. Diversification in the amount of markets you trade. So if EU and EY or EJ are all over the shop, then you might be able to save and get some money back on EA. UC, this is a bit unfortunate. Right, I'll try and talk you through my thinking on this one. Just a normal break of these kind of lows that were put in. I entered here. The market immediately turned away. My stop was up here. So we were 75% of the way to the stop loss. Then we come back. We put in this kind of wick here, and then come back and close inside the range again. So I was keeping one eye on this trade. We pushed down again. We got half R, and then the market came back, puked our stop at break even, and then went all the way to target straight after, pretty much, which is unfortunate. I probably could have given it a little room to breathe, with these lows, maybe putting it a little bit higher, perhaps above this candle here. But I chose not to, and paid the price. Once you're 75% of the way of being stopped out, although it looks kind of like a bad trade management, you're going through these waves of emotions of frustration when the market looks like it's going to make it on this candle, and then doesn't. I just kind of like wanted to get out. The breakout hasn't happened for me, so that was my thought here. Although you can see quite clear that it was a nice trend at the end. It's easy with hindsight. AU was a break of this high, and this high here. You can see the signal came down a bit, which is enough for us to enter. Here we have some higher lows, so it looks like the trend was up. So I was willing to give this a little bit more room. I think once the market popped higher, I moved it to break even then. But luckily we weren't tagged, and an hour or two later we got our 1R, which was great. My stop was down here for this one, so you could see 1R. Golds. This was a little bit of a thinker, because I try and talk you through. We put these highs in overnight, nice uptrend overnight, which once we get this kind of consolidation range, you kind of expect that European traders have missed out if they were asleep while this happened, and didn't were asleep for this period when this uptrend happened. So you can imagine that when they come in the morning, they're a bit gutted there that they missed the trade, and maybe they have some appetite left for a further push higher. So I was happy to take this trade. My stop was here, which is where my entry was here, and my stop was below this candle, which is like kind of resistance, and then became support. So around here, I was happy to leave my stop by there. Had I micromanaged the original position, I would have moved my stop below this wick here. If I would have done that, then I would have got stopped out on the entry bar. But because I was in a bit of a safer place, I avoided getting stopped out, and the market got to half R before returning and taking my break even. So although I was a bit gutted that my stop wasn't the more aggressive one, when thinking about it, I probably would have had a loss here. So stop was in the right place. Although we didn't make 1R target, we didn't lose any money, which is always a good thing. This candle here, probably a good advanced entry if it happened earlier in the day after this pin bar, and it closed above this resistance and support. You could have entered a pip above this one and hoped to ride it through the night, but a bit late in the day for me, and because I was up and down all day, I was just happy to get out and close my positions. This was another loss on FTSE. I put this order on in the morning at 8 a.m. I put it here, and I left my stop here, and because I wasn't concentrating, I was distracted. I left this trade on and didn't really check it. And a few hours later, it'd been filled, and my stop is, as you can see, is there. It's in absolute no man's land, and also I missed this kind of trend line down here, which provided the support. I had a chance to get out break even, but because I'm a donut, I well, not like a small loss, like 0.1 R. I chose not to take it and gambled and paid the price and got stopped out. Yeah, because I'm a bit of an idiot. So although I'm trading this system pretty poorly at the moment, it must be said, I am saving myself here and there, and the performance of the system is not spectacular. But I really do think that a good day is around the corner, whether it's going to come this week, the last week where I'm going to trade, or whether it comes in January. I think everything's going to align, and we're going to see a good day out of this system soon. So anyway, that's what happened today, and so far for the week, we're about 1 hour up, which isn't fantastic, but at least there's some kind of profit. And had I closed out some trades a little bit earlier and not been greedy, trying to chase a close of a gap and stuck to the rules of the system, I would be up a few bar R, but there we go. It's good to review. Anyway, hope you enjoyed. Have a good evening. I'll speak to you tomorrow.